Devang, one very important question. Why is India underscreened? As you said, that the number of screens which were there in
7.
2007,
हाँ जी.
when you compare the number of screens in 2007 vis-a-vis in 2024, the number of screens hasn't increased. So I was reading, an article by Deloitte where I read your comment. I am going to rephrase what you said. You said that at any given point in time in India, 50% of the malls are ready, 50% of the multiplexes are ready with fit out. But the problem is regulatory cholesterol, which is approvals. Huge problem with approvals. Do you think that is the reason that India remains an underscreened market?
Yeah, so yes, India is definitely largely underscreened. There is no denial or there is no debate about it. मूवी गोइंग मूवी गोइंग कंट्री है, सबसे ज़्यादा कंटेंट बना रही है, और फिर भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है कि जहाँ पे आके लोग देखे पिक्चर.
इसका
सो
क्या कारण है?
उसका मेन रीज़न जो व्हाट आई सी इज़ दैट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है. आई थिंक वील हैव टू डू समथिंग where government has to start supporting this initiative to grow. ऐसा नहीं है पैसा नहीं है कि पैसा तो इंडिया में है ही, और वेदर इफ़ वी वांट टू एक्सपांड क्विकली, इफ़ द मॉडल इज़ देयर, पैसे आ जाएंगे. आई डोंट थिंक मनी इज़ अ बैरियर. The issue that I see is infrastructure, and it's a two-fold. अगर जब इंडिया 1500 स्क्रीन थी तब चाइना 1000 थी, और चाइना में आज 70,000 प्लस स्क्रीन हो गई है. उसमें गवर्नमेंट हैड प्लेड अ मेजर रोल. अगर आप देखेंगे कि इफ़ गवर्नमेंट स्टार्ट्स प्लेइंग एन एक्टिव रोल, करंटली अभी हो क्या रहा है, सिंगल स्क्रीन्स आर डाइंग
Correct.
or reducing, and multiplexes are growing. For now, multiplexes are only growing in a retail organized format, which basically means कि multiplexes grow हो रहे हैं सिर्फ malls में. तो आज इतने malls ही नहीं आ रहे. अब केगर ऑफ mall और organized retail and केगर of multiplexes are going in the same line. The only way we can grow faster is to see that there is a standalone opportunity for a movie going or a multiplexes to grow. And if an exhibitor and government works together in this, there are a lot of single screens which are in a way dying, but instead of those single screen getting shut, can we build like a 10 screen multiplex there or a 4 screen multiplex there in the same land parcel?
Okay.
If some policies are made around that, I guess that's a big way forward uh, for screens to grow in India. And of course, the moment you come up with those policies, your regulation becomes smoother, which currently takes a huge time. I mean, we don't know if I sign a cinema today, I am very confident that that cinema from a ground zero to go live will at least see 5 years. And that's a lot of time. I mean, you need to turn around faster. Ideally, the construction period for a mall is about 2.5 years. With permission, it's about 3 years. And for building a cinema, it takes about 6 months. And then on top of it, a licensing period of 3 months. And this I'm talking about average.
So building a cinema only takes 6 months.
Yeah,
The construction time is 6 months.
yes.
Oh my God. So what you're saying is, rest of the time that a cinema, when it has to get actually operational or functional, the rest of the time it takes because of the approval processes.
Yes, no, we have to go through like 29 different licenses. And that too, the process is that first, when you construct a mall owner has to take a construction of cinema NOC.
Okay.
And in that, he has to go through all the licenses.
Okay.
Then cinema starts building.
Yeah.
Now, once we have built the cinema,
Yeah.
we have to go through again the same licenses that, okay, we have built as per the drawing.
Oh.
And then you have to go and take those approval. Now the priority wise, it's not that the government officers are has this in the biggest priority that okay, today I apply for it, tomorrow they'll come. No, I mean we have to go through those different desks. It is definitely improving. What I can tell you is we have seen that it is progressing. There are states we have seen where they follow up with us that when are you opening, because my tax revenue is improving, and I was shocked to hear that. And I
Which is a
said,
welcome
"Wow!"
change.
I
Yeah.
said, "Wow!" I
Yeah.
said that's something which is was required. Now at least government is understanding that we are the partners and we are
Yeah.
contributing to the state revenues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the change is happening. I
Yeah.
think there are some um, processes that needs a change, but more than that, I think we need some policy where a welcome note can be built for movie going, for multiplex, if we want to exponentially grow. Otherwise, of course, we'll keep on growing at 10% CAGR, and that may not be even seen even down the line 10 years, because those 10% of single screen must have shut, because that's really not a great business model to be in. And then that 10% of multiplexes will grow. So absolute number of box office you may see higher, but the number of screens may not be growing that exponentially unless there is a great government intervention.
So, what is it that China is doing right?
Exactly what I said, that China government took a very progressive step, not only to relax the policies on how you can build a multiplex, they and then of course I mean China is everywhere, you have government as your partner. So I mean it's a quick decision making, it's a quick turnaround.
There are no
Malls,
regulatory
there
hurdles.
are no regulatory holders, and there is a big support. I mean, it's not that the 100% of these screens are coming in the malls itself, but there are standalone turnaround that they have done so well. I'm not saying India need to do that immediately, but for sure there are huge land parcel lying with government where they can start generating revenues from day one. And what else than movie going? I mean, go to down south. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you see the kind of content and the kind of love content is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't have place to go. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't want to travel all the way just to watch 3 hours film, right? I
Yeah.
mean, so that's something. Movie going is a next door experience.
Yeah.
You really don't want to travel for your movie experience, and if you don't want to travel, then you need to make sure that we are reaching to the customer, we are
Yeah.
reaching to audiences,
Yeah.
and infrastructure is going to be a game changer, whether it is China, whether it is any other mature country that you pick. And ये infrastructure में, if we do a joint work with government, I think it's going to be a game changer.